though, but profound. Hey, we're live. How do I get my YouTube link? Be on YouTube. How do I get my? It's perfect. We're also live on YouTube. Come say hi, I guess. All right, so welcome everyone to the integration test stream for Gargantua v2. Gargantua is the testnet chain for Hyperbridge on Rococo. Yeah, this is that chain. The V1, if for those of us who have been following for a while, enabled support for the Ethereum L2s and of course the Ethereum Sepolia L1 itself. V2 brings support for BSC, Polygon as well. And I've already gone ahead and deployed all of our contracts. Well, this is the entry point of the Hyperbridge on all these different chains. We have one on Sepolia, we have one on Arbitrum, this is Base, this is Optimism, this is Polygon, and this is BSC. So this is a really it's a really involved integration test, testing for the first time. I think this is probably the first time that all of these networks have been bridged using consensus and state proofs. So yeah, this should be fun. Let's see how that goes. Feel free to leave messages in the chat. I have access to the chat from across Twitter and YouTube. So yeah, if you have any questions, it's also an AMA style session. I'm not here to teach you anything. It's just for me to hang out and show you sort of our process. So we're waiting to set the initial consensus state for I guess all of our blockchains. So we need to set the initial consensus state for Hyperbridge on all of these different networks, and then of course we have to set the consensus state of all these different networks on Hyperbridge before we can even begin relaying proofs across these different chains. So let's see how that goes. I feel like I need to open up some windows just so that I can track what's going on. Let's see what's going on the Ethereum host. No transactions yet. That's fine. Let's go see what's going on the Base host. No transactions. How about you, Sepolia? Optimism? Optimism. Damn, what's going on? A relayer just kind of stalled. Arbitrum. Well, so this is basically testing, so raw test. Okay, so Polygon has seen the consensus state message. So if anything breaks, we will just dive into the code and look at it ourselves, right? So Base, Ethereum. All right, let's go see what the relay is doing. Still setting the consensus state on Ethereum. That is very interesting. I'm not seeing anything. Or has the Sepolia network bricked? Has it stopped producing blocks 12 seconds ago? Yeah, it's still live. Still live. Nothing should prevent this from moving on. But at least we can see that it has initialized the Polygon consensus state. I'm just going to zoom this in and remove my so that this is more clearer. Click to show more. You can see this set initial consensus state or set consensus state. Try to decode this. It's just bytes, really, all right? Like the internal consensus client implementation knows how to decode this and use it as the base for verifying incoming proofs, right? So Of course, if you're interested in all of this, we have docs. Yes, we have protocol docs for ISMP. You can always come here and read through how our cross-chain messaging framework works. So yeah, hoping to God that nothing breaks. Just let everything just run beautifully. Let's go see what's happening on Twitter. Should be fun. All right, not much happening, it seems. Okay, we're back here. Why is this broken? Why is this broken? Why are you making me wait? Setting consensus state on. Ethereum has refused to accept our consensus message. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Oh, okay. Maybe the test network is down because the last block was 35 seconds ago. I saw on Twitter that the Deneb network had just been activated, or the Deneb fork had been activated, and it's now producing blobs. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the issue here. Okay, it seems to be progressing. 69, right? Like, network seems to be progressing, but this call is just kind of frozen. I could restart this, but I'm not sure if that's going to help anything. 72. Yeah, I mean, it's producing blocks. Ideally, this task would panic, if anything went wrong. Actually, we've not even gotten to this point. This should panic, right? And wherever we call it should also panic. So
can we use Alchemy to see see if we can
are we using Alchemy? I don't think we're using Alchemy. I think we're
using Alchemy, obviously.
Yeah, we're using we're using our own RPC, so we can't actually see what's going on there. Yeah, it's producing blocks, man. Like, I don't get this. Oh, this is base host. No transactions. All right, let's restart it. Just turn it off, turn it on, see if that does anything. I mean, hopefully it does. Right. See how things are going. Nonce too low. What? Let's go see what happened on Arbitrum. Did we set a consensus state? Okay, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I think you get RPCs.
That makes no sense. Nonce too low. This is Optimism. Just quickly going to check in on our RPCs just to make sure that everything looks good. Get for Sepolia. Yeah. Oh, I see a problem. All right, just need to quickly fix my config file. I believe this goes in here. Roll-up core goes in here. I think that's probably about it. Execution API keys, handler. I simply host. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, this is what you get, trying to bind all the chains, one chain to bind them all. And the chains don't want to be bound. The chains are resisting. But they won't be able to resist for long. Okay, says we should have something on Optimism. That's fine. BSC. Then why did the mainnet just give up?
I think our RPC is not including the transaction.
That's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Okay, base should also be fine at this point. All right, I'm just going to close these tabs as I receive confirmation for them. Nothing yet on Arbitrum. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, you see, that other transaction is still in the main pool. The initial
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Can we put
I'm completely confused.
on
Yeah,
the jobs?
yeah. I don't know. What we could always I guess increase. No, it's not the nonce.
The price.
The costs. Is there a gas fluctuation right now? How do I know if there's a gas fluctuation right now on this testnet? Tokens, blockchain pending. What's the total pending transactions? Oh, that's not a lot of pending transactions. -1, in fact.
Is this our
From who?
30 million gas limit.
Transaction line because it exceeds the gas limits. That can't be me.
Okay, that's not, it's contract picture.
Yeah, it's not mine. Oh, this is all the pending transactions. We should be on this page. I think from should be 0, 0. Okay, hold on. I think it's 0x00. It's not on here. It's okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to switch quickly to our Alchemy RPC because I feel like the node we're using has sort of kept it in its mempool and is not letting us do anything else much with it. So I think this should be fine.
Most of that
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right about that. Arbitrum. Oops. Yeah, looks good. Now, because we already set the initial states on some of these chains, they will fail. I think I should probably, yeah, we should probably not error out if they fail. We should just be chill and let the rest continue. So we'll say just log the error. If let error, whatever happens in there, just don't terminate the task. Log failed to set the state. I think it's the state machine and the error itself. That's fine. That didn't blow up, which is interesting. Could have sworn it would blow up.
I'm not going to be set on average.
No, that's actually that's supposed to blow up. Let me quickly verify this, right? Like we already set on, base. Yeah, that failed, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we passed the error down.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, finally, base, BSC, Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, the execution layer, which is L1, and base. So now we're setting the respective consensus states for all of our connected chains on Hyperbridge. All right, that's at least it's progressing. So I don't need to know, just to be sure. Yeah, the second one, of course, had to fail. This should also have a message. Okay, cool. Pending, no, don't care. All right. Moment of truth. Huh. Waiting for extrinsic in block. Please restart relayer. Could not decode frozen height. Not really sure what that means. When it tried to set state for Polygon on Hyperbridge, it said it was invalid. It's not possible. Where are my events, man? Well, at least something is working. BSC state updates are slowly pouring in. Yep, that's right. From the L1 to Kusama, we couldn't decode the frozen height. Ah, damn. Did something change? I'm going to need to pull up Hyperbridge for this. I don't really. Let's quickly see the beefy. I think I may have changed. No. Did I? I don't think I did, but let's see. That would be so painful. Nah, it's using the same consensus state. It's using the same consensus state types. But why does it have a frozen height?
That's, the power chain.
Hold on. Let's quickly go see what's going on. Beefy, I think that would be naive. Yeah, where it tries to decode the consensus state. Latest height. Yeah, there is no frozen height in here. There's not supposed to be any frozen heights. Could not decode. Is it like?
Yeah,
This is the task that relays from Ethereum to Hyperbridge.
You cannot decode the Ethereum consensus states.
Yeah, because there's. Huh. Hold on. That would be here. Sorry. Here. Frozen height. Huh. Okay, we shouldn't actually even be tracking this in the consensus state, but that shouldn't be, like, if we did send it, then it should be there, right? Like, let's go look at the consensus logs just so I can be clear what the problem was. Error. This encountered an error because when we were streaming for chain A, which was Ethereum, yeah, so that's it's going to be in here.
It's when we query consensus states.
I'm not even seeing the query.
Why not using this?
Then I guess disable this one. Damn. Whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Consensus notification.
Yeah, decode consensus states.
Frozen height. And it's not even in this crate. Okay, that's fine. That seems to be the issue in general. I'm not sure what this invalid transaction is.
I think, okay. It sets the consensus state on Polygon.
We don't know. We don't know because, let's see, it's chain states. We should be able to check what consensus states exist. It's not, yeah, I think it's this.
Consensus states. It does bring out everything.
Okay. Right, that's a lot of consensus states.
Like which ones?
This is the consensus state for the Ethereum base layer I just set now. I'm not seeing for BSC though.
It's the same name for everything. Same consensus state, right?
That's not possible, is it? Oh, they should be different.
It's decoding BSC zone.
Wait, should they be different?
Yeah, they should be different.
For Arbitrum?
No, not for Arbitrum. I'm saying for like.
Does Arbitrum need a consensus state ID?
Yeah, because of how we like our state machine ID as consensus state IDs.
Okay, so then they should all have it. Okay, but they should be different.
The same for BSC, so
Right, so
that's separating the Ethereum.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay, wait.
Polygon too.
Polygon. All right.
So that's like invalid transaction.
All right, that's fine. Yep, testing live in production. This is what you get. We have to redo this whole thing. I think we only need to set up para. I don't know what that does, but let's quickly check again. Yeah, that's for Hyperbridge consensus setups. All right, that's fine. Keep it going.
Or should we just change everything in case that's messed up by Ethereum? So.
Oh, you're right. That's fine. Yeah, that's fair. We should change everything. We should create new consensus clients. It seems we've messed up the old one. Okay, for real this time. For real this time. Once again, yeah, just feel free to leave questions, comments, you know, what do you want to know about Hyperbridge, kind of what's our plans and stuff. Happy to share. Oh, actually, we didn't need to, we can't set the new consensus states on Polygon. And we only need this. Yeah, because it would fail. It would just fail. This is Polygon, I think. Yeah, that would just fail. It's painful. Okay, I can take a good look at the chain and watch for events. Dude, where are my events? Finally. Okay. So we're just going to try to set new consensus states on Hyperbridge. Hopefully that will not overwrite each other. And proof generation should take over from there. Optimism, base, L1. I guess that's the beacon chain. That's interesting. We keep getting this invalid transaction. Arbitrum, Polygon. All right, transmitting consensus update message from BSC to Kusama. Well, this is really our Hyperbridge parachain on on Rococo rather than Kusama actually. That's a lot of updates at once. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. It doesn't matter. What we really want to see is we want to see, yeah, I guess we want to see Ethereum. We also want to see ZK Beefy. So we have one of the upgrades that we made in V2 was that we've changed our consensus messaging or a consensus proof scheme from the naive, ECDSA signature verification, which is very expensive. Actually, I think we spent over 1,000 ETH just in a few months on testnet just to keep the connections running. This is obviously unsustainable on mainnet, but we've now done that verification inside of a ZK circuit. Shout out to the Aztec team for their amazing work on the Barattenberg backend, which basically has the fastest circuits for ECDSA and Ketchak hashing. So we're doing all of that in a circuit, and we will generate proofs for this and then broadcast them across all the networks. And this should ideally only cost 800k gas, right? Which amounts to like a few pennies on mainnet. So really excited about that as well. Hopefully the prover should pick up. In fact, I think it should already have started the proof process, and just watch what the system logs are doing. All right, nothing yet. Yeah. So it's running the relayer, not much cores are activated. So that tells you that our relayer doesn't really require a lot of, it doesn't have a high system requirement. So I would say, except of course, if you're running our prover, which most people would not, it's going to be the role of our, decentralized relayers to simply do message passing, right? We will do the consensus and consensus proofs, which take, of course, ZK to generate proofs for. Yeah, BSC also has like super fast finality, bro. Like, this is everything Solana wishes they were. Like every single, it's basically similar to Tendermint that they sign every single header, right? So every single header has signatures from the entire authority set. So this is really super fast finality actually. And this is something that we don't really talk about, is that also BSC has very high cryptoeconomic security, right? There's a lot of people who are staking and are nominating on their, I guess, the beacon chain for BSC. I'm not really sure what that means. Okay, let me see the Polygon. It's just for my own entertainment. Nice. So we're also receiving consensus proofs from Polygon as well. Everything is looking good. So you can also like watch this stuff with me. Like this stuff is public. I can maybe put it in the chat if that's like visible to everyone. Not sure if it would be. Can't I paste? Yeah. You can follow along and watch as we debug all this proofs. Yeah, we need to slow down BSC. It's just gonna keep spamming our chain. It needs to slow down. It needs to slow the fuck down. When are we going to get beefy proofs though? Is the ultimate question. That's the $1 million question right now. Nothing yet? No, that's not possible. That's not possible. Yeah, it should have started by now. Something failed though. Something failed here, and I'm not really sure what exactly it was. I know this because I put this in there myself, and it shouldn't really be there, but since it's not really ready for anyone to use, I have a print line somewhere. That would be in it's not transaction payment, integration tests. These are all integration tests. Huh. I think it's one. It has to be one of these. Has to be one of these. Unsigned extrinsic. So yeah, it's definitely one of these. What do I want to do here? Just says transaction invalid. Let's just log it, I guess. Let's just log it properly with our error logging facade. Just, I guess, failed to submit transaction. Oh, wow, okay. That spike means our prover is now online. Okay, that's cool. That's kind of what I want to see.
It said error waiting for extrinsic in block, so I think
Really?
validator issue.
Waiting for extrinsic in block.
Not sure, but that constant state still got set, so.
That's kind of wild. I think I can remove this. If the WebSocket has been disconnected, return an error. Okay, it probably was not. Error executing extrinsic. Probably just log this before you return, potentially. Yeah. So return is also kind of redundant. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That did not last for as long as I thought it would. Yeah, prover is not proving. Oh, hold on. I just realized I forgot to add something. Okay, so here we should do this thing where we say Hyperbridge host spawn host. I guess the host is now all right, fine. I'll do the if else. If let sum host equal to Hyperbridge host. Alright, then we can say host spawn prover, and we need to pick a counterparty chain. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do, I don't know, Arbitrum or something. Nah, really? Nah, it's fine. I guess it's fine. Let's do Sepolia, I guess. Let's just do Sepolia. How do I get a client? I just want one client, right?
As a client map.
Is that like everywhere? No, is it like
It's
everywhere? Okay. I say, so I just say, okay, give me, well, it's a map, right?
yeah.
I just want one.
Yeah, the key is state machine.
I guess just give me anyone, really. Just give me anyone. Take. Do I want to take? Maybe not take. Get. Give me the state machine for Ethereum. It should be there, otherwise this will not work. It should be, it should always be there, otherwise this is not going to work. So I'll just say okay or else. Actually, I need to move this up into our consensus. Facade. Okay, yeah, initialize consensus tasks, I think is what we meant to say. Not really sure why this has decided to be useless. Okay, let's just say Ethereum. Come on, give me type safety, guys. Need that type safety. I have to clone the client.
Yeah, I think this removes, it moves the value of the client.
Mm, solved. Right, spawn prover, what does it do again? Just spawns it. That's fine. Okay, maybe not values then. Just get. Any client. Okay. Or else, please provide the Ethereum client. Now we will have to shut down the relay and restart this whole thing. But it's nice to see that the BSC and Polygon are moving across. Let's see. I just want to first format this stuff because I'm not really a fan of ugly code. All right, let's rebuild. No, what's this? The trait ISMP is not implemented for a reference. It takes an owned, yeah, right. Okay, that's fine. We can remedy this. Coding in Rust is just .clone everywhere at the end of the day, man. This is not a feature, is it? Why is it a feature? Okay, it's fine. The value borrowed, yeah. After moving. Or, oh, yeah. Huh.
No. Oh, yours is ITA. Yeah, the ITA.
Yeah, it also needs to be borrowed somehow. But these, yeah, these should just keep pushing. Just keep pushing updates. Should we do a Polygon update as well? So I guess basically BSC, people on the BSC network will experience faster finality than people on Ethereum or any of the Ethereum connected networks. That's fine. It says it sent a recent Polygon update.
I know it's like 60 minutes before events happen.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, rerun all of this. Don't set up the powers. Just run the consensus task. I think the prover was just spawned. Yeah, it has to be right. It's very consistent. You'll know once our prover starts making noise, like it's right beside me anyways, so. I don't know if you guys remember, but we built this prover, that was last year. And we also live streamed our build. Basically it's a 500 gig memory machine using the top of the line AMD Threadripper Pro Ryzen 5 599 5WX. It's a mouthful, but basically this up until anyways last month was the most performant like CPU consumers could buy, period. There's nothing from Intel that matches the performance of this chip. I guess AMD recently released the Ryzen 7, which actually has like a 35% performance boost, but just there's not a lot of hardware for it because it uses DDR5 memory, for instance, which is like who's making DDR5 memory right now. I think they're also using Gen 5 PCIe lanes, which is also, there's just no motherboards on the market today with Gen 5 PCIe lanes. Everyone's using Gen 4. So we'll see. We'll probably upgrade our build to this new standards maybe in a few years when there's now more just, periphery for the chip. Polygons kind of okay. So. Come on, Prover, what's going on? Yeah, just spawn the Prover. Just send it. Just send it. Yes. As you can see, all right, we're running the Prover. This is, like I said, shout out to the Aztec team once again for Barettenberg. I would love to see a Barostenberg, right? So Barettenberg written in Rust, compatible with ArcWorks and sort of the broader Rust ecosystem, rather than having to run it as a binary, which I feel like introduces some extra latencies. But there's also ideas for like doing things like FFT and MSMs on a GPU. So you would do this using, say, for instance, CUDA or the Metal API, where GPUs have these massively parallelizable cores that you can massively parallelize FFTs and MSMs. This might be an interesting project that we might pursue in the future. I don't know anything about this yet. We'll see if we have time to do this. But as it stands, our proving time for mainnet will be just around 15 minutes, which is like, do we really want to go faster? The thing is, as you go faster now, you incur more on-chain verification costs. So if we're updating our clients like every, for instance, 5 minutes, this will be super expensive, no matter how cheap it is, right? 5 minutes, that's like what, 30 times in an hour. Yeah, that's not going to scale. But if there are more people using the bridge and there's a lot of revenue in the bridge, then all of that revenue can just go back into making it faster. So who knows? We might actually get to a 5 minutes per update time period. Who knows? We'll see how the future unfolds. I feel like I should check comments on Twitter or if there's any new I always love these memes, man. Let's see what's happening on YouTube, I guess. Chat. Okay, there's no chats there. I guess I'll see it from OBS. Prover's running. This is exciting. Let's see those proofs. Let's see those. Show me the proofs. Don't trust, verify, guys. Don't trust, verify. It's possible, actually. Has stalled. Yeah. The prover is definitely slowing down the tasks. Error broadcasting transaction. There was exceeds. To who? To where? Where was this being sent from? To BSC. Okay, well, it did say it sent out all of the messages, so let's quickly confirm that. Why is it a form resubmission? 2 networks failed, but hey, look at this beautiful thing. Just look at this beautiful thing. Decode. So this is our proof logs. We can see state machine updated. That means it did verify the proofs. That's exciting. This is super exciting. Let's see if this network base did not get it. That's interesting. Huh. Sepolia didn't get it. Why did the block gas limit? Hey yo, why is only one? Why is it only one? Why is it only one? Error broadcasting transaction. That was like 1, 2, 3 networks failed.
Check Sepolia.
We do need to log metadata about transactions when they fail, just so that it's helpful. Sepolia has a pending transaction. Arbitrum already saw it. Not base. Definitely not Optimism, not Polygon, and not BSC. One more should be successful, right? Because, what happens to that transaction? It went away. That's not fair. It was just there. It was just there. It was just there. That's not fair. Debugging transactions. Debugging transactions. Why are they exceeding? They should not be more than 800 gas. I mean, right? Like
No, I think
Arbitrum.
the hard-coded gas inputs.
Gas price paid. I want to see more. What's the gas? How much gas was used? No, this is 1M.
That's the max. That's 1 million. We use 3M.
3 million? I can't see it. Oh, we used 3 million for this transaction. Why is it 3 million? Should be less, I think. Should be way less. Okay. Wow, that's just sad. That's just, we saw the transaction and it didn't last long. It just left us hanging. Okay. I think we should wait for one more round of proofs and see if the problem persists. Failed to check Byzantine behavior. Contract call reverted with data.
I think that's Ethereum.
Why would the contract call revert? That doesn't have anything to do with contracts.
But yeah, you know, it was pending. Maybe the node removed the. I don't know why they dropped the transaction.
What? What? What?
That would mean it saw the state machine updated. Then I don't know.
What? Okay, I'm going to disable Fisherman for now because it's clear that the task might be doing the wrong thing, just permanently doing the wrong thing.
Has it actually frozen?
I really hope it hasn't because that would make things very, very hard for me. Would have to redeploy all the contracts. It froze it on Sepolia. There's things we won't know until. Okay, so it saw the event finally. How much gas did it cost on Sepolia? Let's say 100k gas. Yeah, that's what we expect. Let's go see. Why did it freeze? Did it really freeze? Did it really freeze the machine? I don't know if that's possible.
No, it failed to check it, so that means when it tried to fetch that state machine updated event, probably no. Check it later. It said it failed to check for
the contract call reverted. But it did say it was freezing. Unless that log is wrong.
Yeah, maybe the log should come after. Maybe the log is before.
Whatever the case may be. Actually, you know what? I'm going to terminate. Okay, I can see the prover's running, so I'll let it finish its current task. I'll let the prover finish its current task, and we'll see if it successfully broadcasts the proof to all the chains, and yeah, we'll try and figure out why we're hitting block gas limit errors, even though this transaction is not that expensive. It's actually very cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. Don't know why Arbitrum is charging 3 million gas for it, but you know, I guess it's their network. They charge whatever they want, right? That's what you get when it's a single sequencer. They literally charge whatever they want. This is not interested in Ethereum hosts. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. It's all fine. It's all fine. Okay, fine. Hope for the best in round 2 of the proofs. Oh man. Yes, so we're also streaming in this weird 21:9 aspect ratio. I have, I'm not apologizing for this because yeah, it's just way easier to work in, right? Like I feel like everyone should have a 21:9 monitor as part of their workstation. So if you don't, it's a sign for you to upgrade. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, so 3 of them are definitely broken. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. 3 of them are definitely broken. We don't know which one it is, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's a lot of chains, man. It's like 6 chains. That is actually 6 chains. It's not. I thought it was 5. Let's go see. Let's go see if anything new has happened. Nope. Okay. Arbitrum is chugging along nicely. We need to go and debug. We need to go debug what the hell's going on. It's just 1.9 M gas. Like I said, they just charge whatever, man. Like they just charge whatever. Nothing here. Base is lonely. Optimism, lonely as hell. Polygon, not even working. All right, we need to debug. We need to debug this. I'm going to shut down the relayer. And what exactly is going on here? It should be in provider. We don't add.
We have Testnet. It's inside. Yeah. Second one Testnet. But some of the chains seems Optimism.
We should not. I mean, we should not. Arbitrum 1 billion. No, that's just too much. That's just too much. Okay, 100 M is like okay, fine. But Polygon.
Yeah.
What was the error again? It says that it exceeds the block gas. Okay, how about we just make everything 30 M? Right, it's like.
No, this is less, I think. Check that block gas.
Default 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's fine.
This is 25.
Okay, then that's fine. We can keep
this.
Man. See if that does anything. Oh wait, gotta rebuild. It's amazing that like we can have the correct values for the block gas limits, but this just doesn't work. Yeah, I've disabled the fisherman task, so that shouldn't really, while that is still buggy, we shouldn't really be playing with it. We'll probably test it in the next stream and But we'll have to like be able to generate Byzantine. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. We do need proofs of consensus. Anyhow, we'll figure it out. Uh-huh. Let's go see what's happening on Twitter. Doesn't seem like much is happening. You know, Twitter has the worst like chat interface actually for live video. So yeah, Prova is starting up slowly. You can hear the fans if you listen very closely. Yeah, we need to relocate this somewhere, especially once we're on mainnet. Like it can't be beside my desk; it will just frustrate me. Very sensitive to noise. I saw a video of someone who built a PC and it had like active water cooling, so it could be submerged into like a body of water, like a lake. Yeah, that's what you need to do to run ZK provers. You know, it's like I'm running my ZK VM. Yeah. Proving once again. So on Rococo, proving takes like 2 minutes. Yeah, it's like 100 validators on Rococo. On Kusama, it's over 1,000. That's why like that takes around 15 minutes to prove, which is not that long. It's not that long. That's interesting. I would have thought that this would give us should be a number, I think. Should also be a number. 637692. Just to quickly confirm, that should be a very previous block. 637. Yeah, it's an older block. Let's get back and see what the prover is doing. Nothing yet. So it's like we only get 3 errors, but 4 networks don't end up receiving updates. It's kind of interesting. Drink some water. Yeah, I can add that now. Error broadcasting transaction 2. And we just fill in the gap with client dot, I think it's config dot state machine. Yeah, that would tell us exactly who is the culprit. Oh, come on. Something is still exceeding the broadcast limits. Oh, look, it's interesting. I guess it's
disconnected.
oh, so it will reconnect.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Sepolia get anything? No. Arbitrum. I love Arbitrum. Just no issues. Oh, hey,
Yes.
look.
Yeah.
Finally. Damn, Optimism. What's going on?
It's going with Polygon.
This is... Oh, finally. Okay, so we have two networks that are straggling. Optimism, Polygon. It should be possible to learn what the block gas limits of this thing is, right? Like, the gas limit is 24 mil. Oh, shit.
It was 30 yesterday.
Is it like dynamic?
No.
That can't be right. That can't be right. It can't be dynamic. You can't change it at will. All right, so we'll just give you 20. I think we should also probably look into what the gas limit of the blocks on Optimism is. Gas limit is 30 M. So what's the problem, man? Okay, I'm just gonna rebuild this. Probably just cancel and just rebuild, so we can see the exact source of our errors. It's always important to know where the errors are coming from. That sounds like a philosophical quote. Right. Rerun that. Yeah, standing desks. So good for your back. Also makes you code faster. No time to browse Twitter. Although let's quickly check Twitter. I'm not sure if I'm missing comments. I'm not sure if I'm missing comments. Where's the chat? No chat. I'm not sure if I'm missing comments. Where's the chat? No chat. That's kind of wild. YouTube being YouTube. Let's just quickly check something. All right, Prover is grinding in the background. Once again, show me those proofs. wonder if we are streaming at the correct resolution, but you know what? I don't really. Better not to mess with it. It's best to leave it as is. So Tesseract is currently closed source, but I think in the coming months we will be open sourcing our relay as well, merging it into the Hyperbridge monorepo. But for now we're keeping it closed source, keeping our prover closed source as well, because the prover lives within the Tesseract repo. It's kind of like, yeah, it's tightly coupled with the entire Tesseract repo. We'll figure out how to make it open source safely in the future. That also preserves our competitive advantage as well. So for now it's closed source, but this shouldn't be a problem for anyone who wants to run Tesseract. We're exceeding the block gas limit for Optimism still. Oh, yeah, it's 30M, but let's just bring it down to 20. Ethereum.
You said that already, a transaction.
Yeah, some
old one.
transaction. What old one though? Is this transaction in the room with us right now? Man, it's so hard to get things right. So I guess Ethereum hasn't even seen any new transactions.
That's the second one. The one that was sent on the previous one.
Right, but like, what's keeping it in the memory still? Like, is it the gas price? Like, are people? It's Testnet for Christ's sake. So this is CNET, Base is CNET, of course Optimism, still being difficult. Okay. Yeah, we had to drop it. All right, we're broadcasting our transactions. Let's just confirm. So it's the same across all the chains because it's just the same proof number. Of course, this is our power ID on Rococo. It says it just recently finalized this block 637761. 637, so that's an old block, so that's fine. That means that the relay chain generated the proofs, and we also then generated the ZK proofs for that block. So that's how it's supposed to work. Ideally, we shouldn't fall too far behind. It should only be like, I guess, if 20 blocks max for finality. I've tried to reduce the costs of block gas limits for Optimism. Hopefully that works. This replacement transaction thing, we have to bump the gas price. How do we bump the gas price? Gotta bump the gas price somehow. Gas limits, how about a gas price? Now, what is the current gas price? Let's go look at the network and see. But the thing is, if I set a gas price here, then yeah, it becomes a problem.
So you end up dropping it, take over.
That's not fair.
Alchemy mental.
Alchemy. Come on, drop down replaced. Why is it gas? Can you give me the I guess the hash of this? Still pending. Technically, what's the current? Let's see, average gas price. Doesn't really tell us. Base fee per gas. So this is actually fine. pending for 10 minutes, man. Okay, so we won't be able to broadcast with Ethereum for a while. But this should fix for Optimism at least. I'm gonna try and check Twitter and see if there's any comments. While we continue the grind. Yeah, so once I see that at least, all the networks are receiving our proofs, they'll be fine to end the stream then and there. Okay, I think it's finally mined. It's good for my mental health. It's just minded now. It's good for my mental health. All right, fine. Like this, let's just get one proof that's just green across the networks, and it's like, it's like that nirvana moment. You finally arrived at the pearly gates. Finally achieved inner peace. So yeah, this will, I guess, also be for the first time that all the networks are connected by a ZK bridge. I know that there's people who claim to have ZK proofs. These people don't have their code public, and neither are their contracts verified. So don't really see how exactly it's ZK. Our contracts are open source, of course. If you go to the Hyperbridge repo, you can find all of the code that I'm deploying here. Let me just show you what that is. So it's all in the EVM folder, so you can find our, for instance, the Beefy contract, the ZK Beefy contract for our ZK proofs of consensus. And of course, the circuit verifiers are public as well. They're in here, so you can find, for instance, the Rococo verifier, which I'm using currently. I'm not going to go into all of this, but the handler V1, this is all public. You can see where we verify consensus proofs and where we verify state proofs of messages. So yeah, if you're interested, this is all available and open source to the public. Let's get those proofs going. Yeah, I mean, I saw some benchmarks about the GPU provers, and I'm actually more bullish on GPU provers just because it's a more readily available hardware component. Like, you don't need to spend billions of dollars in research and development for a new kind of like chip. You can just use existing infrastructure, and they're already getting like ridiculously fast, right? If you had an A100, that thing, that it's like, it's literally, it looks like a PC itself, right? You probably can run comfortably a ZK VM on that, I think. Ideally, I'm not sure, but yeah. If we had that, then, especially for consensus proofs, which is even cheaper than a full virtual machine, we should definitely be able to get costs or proving time in the seconds, right? Possibly in the milliseconds, but can't get too optimistic. But until then, of course, we stick with our CPU proving 128 threads, 64 cores. So circuits also tend to use up a lot of memory. I think our circuits for mainnets for Kusama uses up to like 400 gigs, man. It's so close. I'd have to buy more RAM if it used just a little bit more than that. Nonce too low. Well, it didn't complain for Optimism, so I guess yes. Probably look at the mempool again and just see, is there any pending transactions? There's no pending transactions.
What nonce did it use?
It says our nonce is too low. The next nonce was this, but the transaction nonce was this. Interesting. Let's see. What transaction nonce is here? It doesn't say.
Nonce. Yeah.
All right. I guess it got into the block after we had already initialized. Alright, just one more run. Okay, for real this time. Just send it. Just send it. Just initialize it. Just send it. Just don't do anything else. Okay. Just let me achieve inner peace. You know, we've been working on this for since December, basically since last year. Grind mass and all that. And so now we're finally at the integration testing phase. Of course, there's been unit tests here and there, but there's just not doing an integration test with everything. There's not a lot of, compared to V1, it's not a lot of errors, man. Not that much errors. And not a lot of issues as well. Yeah, so once I see that everything is green, we'll just probably leave it running for the weekend or something, and sort of measure the performance. Number one, sort of see our performance metrics. Also, I guess observe any issues with our consensus clients. Doubt that we should have any issues, honestly. Yeah. Noticing that we haven't seen any consensus updates from Ethereum to Hyperbridge. What could cause this? Okay, that's fine. Unless there's no finalization, which is interesting. Let me go see. Is there a beacon chain for testnets? Sepolia beacon scan or something. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it looks like finalization is ongoing. So because you can see, and a lot of people have asked me that, why is Hyperbridge not as fast as whatever exists on the market today? And the truth is that Hyperbridge is a proof-based bridge. It doesn't put its security on oracles or on some sort of community, a committee of attesters. It doesn't. Hyperbridge uses the same finality guarantees as the chains that it's connected to. And that manifests, of course, as finality being as long as 20 minutes, 25 minutes. This is as a result of Ethereum's finality, fundamentally, right? When you send tokens to exchanges, they also respect Ethereum's finality because they don't want a reorg to happen, and now you've basically double spent your tokens. So the same thing has to be true in bridges, especially bridges that are very they're in this very fragile state where if you can convince a bridge to accept a fork, then you've basically devalued the value of the sort of amount of tokens that were locked on that bridge. So this is also why we're not going to be trying to be faster than Ethereum's finality. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster. So as you can see, the last finalized block was like 20 minutes ago, right? Like, no new blocks have been finalized since then. So this is basically what you can expect in terms of speed, but also in terms of safety from Hyperbridge. So we'll have to look into why we're not getting proofs of Ethereum's consensus on our chain. I'm more concerned right now with ZK Beefy. Our Ethereum's consensus worked last time on our V1 testnet, so it's just look at the relayer and see why it's not generating those proofs. But we can see for BSC, we can see for Polygon, replacement transaction underpriced. Dude, dude, really? Come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. There is no transactions. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just accept the transaction, okay? Oh, man, it's just not doing anything. RB scan, it's like, yeah, it's still chugging along. It's actually, sometimes it's so hard to see this thing. Yeah, it's much better. Base, yeah, it's now. Seems Optimism has joined the party. Let's go, let's go. Polygon also working fine. That's perfect. And BSC. Why is Sepolia the black sheep? It doesn't say that there's anything in the mempool. Maybe I need to refresh. That's taking a while. At least BSC is like, at least BSC is working. So because of the fact that Optimism base, Arbitrum, these are all under the umbrella of Ethereum's consensus. If we don't ever get Ethereum's consensus, we will also never get the finalized states of all of these L2s. So that's kind of why we're not seeing that log as well. As replacement transaction underpriced. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's no pending transactions. That's what happens when you're dealing with EVM chains, man. It's just does whatever they like. All right. I mean, I think we can wait for one more round of proofs. So see where that leads. Huh. Hold on. I just realized something. There's a bug. There's a bug somewhere. It shouldn't pause the entire chain. Yeah, it shouldn't block the entire chain. This should not be spawn. This should be spawn blocking. I think that comes from Tokyo Task because it's a blocking task. Proving is a blocking task. This makes sense. This is, yeah, that's why no other tasks were running when the prover is running. Just gonna try to see if that fixes things. Spawn blocking takes a function rather than like I said, coding. I mean, it's not really in production. This is still testnet, so it's like, kind of like production testnet, bug fixing in testnet.
We need to find a way to dynamically change gas price over 70 transactions.
No, no, I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to do that. That's just too much, man. That's just too much.
Yeah.
Dynamic gas prices. I mean, of course, yes, gas prices can change. I thought that's why we're using the Etherscan API to get the gas price. But I guess that's giving us a mainnet.
No, that's for messaging.
Just only for messaging, okay.
Estimate. After we put the gas in it, but I don't know why. Maybe it's how it does ours.
That's fine. So this, yeah, you see, BSC is running while the prover is also running in the background. Yeah, I just realized this. It's just like, wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Should it be right? I really like this satellite imagery thing, where it's like, we're beaming, we're beaming, transmitting, you know? It's really just constructing an extrinsic and sign and then sending it. Yeah. At least we're following BSC. Another set of chains that have very fast finality is Tendermint. I think eventually we might definitely want to support Tendermint chains. I mean, of course, they will also want to leverage our connections, our trustless connections to all of these different networks. So if your Tendermint chain wants to get connected to Hyperbridge, you can hit us up on Twitter. You can hit me up personally on Twitter, and yeah, we can just chat about it and see what it will take. It's not that hard. We will just need a light client for the Tendermint consensus, which I think already exists. There's some work done by the informal systems team. And of course, we need to run our light client on your chain, which I think can be done either with an EVM virtual machine on your chain or a WASM virtual machine on your chain using Cosm WASM, whatever the case may be. Of course, being able, so it's either we run the ISMP Solidity stack on this EVM chain, or we run just the ISMP RS stack, which is the Rust implementation of the ISMP protocol on a WASM VM on your Telegram, on your Cosmos chain. So lots of options here. Lots of options here. Hope I didn't introduce a bug. Spawn blocking. What does it do again? Yeah. Whatever, man. Are you supposed to await it?
I don't think so. Can you back on?
I don't know. It's very hard to tell if it's running. It's very hard to tell if it's running. Maybe add a log here. It says there's informational. restarting proving task. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be running. I don't know if do you really have to like consume the join handle, otherwise it drops the task. It says it doesn't drop the task. All right, so we'll just restart this, and if that doesn't work, then we can try something like give me the handle, right? And I can just basically spawn the handle so that it keeps it alive. Async. This should also be move. And we just await the handle await. Don't really care too much. I mean, I guess return it, but we're not really going to use it. Huh. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Yikes. Yeah, it's not doing anything. So I have this log here, or maybe put it all the way. I mean, it's already there. We should get this log this time. Man, yeah, don't worry. We'll save the goddammits for next time. If the video is blurry on Twitter, I suggest you use the YouTube link, where you can actually set the stream quality. Twitter doesn't let you set stream quality, so. It's still not working, though. That's the problem. Okay, just let me know when you enter into this task. That would be nice. That would be, just gotta like sprinkle the logs everywhere. It's like Salt Bay. It's like, just let me know what happens. Okay. Debugging, concurrency, bugs. This is not how I planned my Wednesday. All right, you can shut down now. Spawn blocking. Oh, hold on. Spawn blocking is not for async tasks. We have a problem. Spawn blocking is not okay. So here's what we'll do. I have an idea. We'll just spawn here, right? You can spawn. You can spawn this. That's fine. Don't really need the handle actually. Right, so in the consensus proof call, which is potentially async, ZK consensus proof, this is where we will spawn blocking proof consensus. Yeah, this is the blocking call. It's the Plonk verifier. So just got it like, but I think if I'm spawning blocking with this, I have to move it. I have to move the prover. I think the prover is clonable. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can just move it. Tokyo task. Since to create a clone, let's prover clone. And this way we can move, I mean, maybe not there, here. Just move it and yeah, just throw that in there. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, it's prover. I'm even thinking about how I'm going to get the results out. Do that.
I think we can.
Do that. So you'll give me a handle that I can now await, but I guess that you'll also wrap that into your own error. I fucking knew it. Just, I guess, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Just give me the proof, and that's about it. Simple. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be a double question mark. This should definitely work now. Starting prover task. I don't know if this is useful, but let's just leave it. No, come on. It's cloned. It's literally cloned. Must outlive static. Do we have a reference to anything inside of the prover? Nah. It's literally. Why is clone giving me a reference? That's not right. That's not right at all. All right, sometimes you just have to like bring in the trait definition because this thing doesn't really understand what you're trying to do. How about that? Huh, okay. Self is a reference that is only valid in the method body. Self escapes the method body that requires that must outlive static. So I guess when I'm spawning, it requires, so I can't try to, I guess it's because of an async block. Okay, here's what we'll do. We will just clone Plonk itself, the Plonk prover. I think that one should be clonable. Yes, indeed it is. Indeed it is. I don't know if this is going to work.
Back file doesn't use any.
But there's no yeah,
network or-
there's no references inside of the Plonk prover. Oh, it's already compiled. Right. Shale 1, Rust 0. It's looking good. It should hit our log target. Oh, nice. So we know when it starts proving. Yep. It started proving. So in 2 minutes, the moment of truth. We'll have our moment of truth. Hey, it's still working. Yeah, that's good. It's not blocking all the other tasks on the runtime. Yeah, BSC is chugging along, but the prover is also running in the background, so that's fine. Yes, a lot of config options in this file. We'll document everything so that people can also run their own relayers at home. Yeah, I think we can just send like every 5 blocks, or maybe just have it be configurable in the TOML so that we can, decide to change our minds. Be like, okay, we want every 10 blocks or every 20 blocks.
Yeah, it's currently every 12.
It's currently every.
Like the finality is 12 blocks now.
I see.
Like the difference in the update of is 12 blocks.
Always 12 blocks. Okay. Yeah, it's just make it just make it a little configurable so that we can decide how frequently we want to spam our chain with BSC updates. Yeah, I think I might be coming close to the end of my standing cycle. Nah, I can't sit until everything is green. Can't sit until everything is green. Oh, you just almost. I don't know what's going on with Ethereum. It's unlikely that we will be able to fix that on this stream. We'll look into it off camera, like they say in the industry. I'm already in show business. Wait, what? Polygon, don't do this. Okay, fine. Yeah. Everything else is green. It's just not Ethereum. Just not Ethereum. Just not Ethereum. Of all the other chains, that's fine. Yeah, we'll this has been a stream to test, do integration tests, which is kind of working. Just giving a few hiccups here and there. We'll definitely continue this tomorrow, and try to test, I guess, Ethereum's consensus as well. Get that working by tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully fix this also. I don't know why we keep getting this error. If you have any idea why we keep getting this error, like tweet at me. I don't know. Leave something in the comments. I'll definitely read them and try whatever you think out. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on this stream. We'll be ending it here. See you in the next one, I guess. Cheers.